brings people together in a really powerful way, and we know that to be true no matter who you are, no matter what your paycheck is, no matter what your income level is. Hunger exists not because there's not enough food to go around, but because everyone in our whole human family doesn't have equal access to it. So the problem's not in the production of food, but in the distribution of it.
First of all, I want to welcome y'all here to Open Volunteer Time. My name is Ann and this is Sarah, and we're going to be facilitating today's volunteer time for the next 2 hours. I think most of you have been here before, but you are prepping for a tremendous amount of meals that are being cooked and delivered here at the Nashville Food Project. We take pride in what we deliver. We use as much fresh produce as we can. A lot of that is grown in our gardens out back and also off Redwood. We also glean a tremendous amount of produce. The corn that you're dealing with came from Whole Foods this week. The lettuce actually was grown in our garden.
Sometimes I'm just struck with the craziness that we live in this world where we have this excess of food, this abundance in general, and yet we see that there are people who are without. We talk a lot about the meals that we serve as just the beginning of a larger conversation about how we eat and our health, and it also becomes a conversation about just how we are as people and as a community. And that's where the really cool stuff happens, is where those lines are blurred between who comes to serve and who's coming to be served, because we realize we're sharing with each other.
The Nashville Food Project exists to address the needs of people living in poverty in our city, people living in the margins who don't have access to healthy, affordable food to eat, to feed their families. Many of them work low-wage jobs. Many of them do have shelter. More and more of us are getting accustomed to hearing these statistics that 1 in 5 of us doesn't have access to healthy food. We're not really a soup kitchen because we're not stationary. We're able to really get into and work inside of neighborhoods that are truly the most underserved. Our food trucks help us get this food physically from where our offices are located into multiple neighborhoods.
I'm high blood pressure, I have high sugar, and then I had a heart attack over a year ago. Healthy food is good for you.
I'm hypoglycemic, I got low sugar. That's why I got 3 trays, eat one for I work out, one when I get through, and one for breakfast. I ain't got no stove, so all this to come in handy. Like they say, you eat healthy, you be healthy. You see how I look?
You working hard, don't you, nowadays? You got to do the double scoop.
The gift of a free meal is a place to start. We really don't require anything in return when people receive a meal, but our hope is that it always opens up a conversation for further relationship. There's a growing number of men and women who have received these meals who are now our volunteers in our kitchens, in our gardens, and on our trucks.
I live at Urban Housing, and the program which I'm in, and the assistant director, he's a good friend with a couple employees here, and he, got me up here, started volunteering back in January last year.
It was new to me because I haven't experienced the real form of actual farming, but I got a lot out of it because I can see where we actually get our food from it instead of just the grocery store. I enjoyed it, it was nice, the weather was good, so it really worked out real nice. I would call it soothing therapy for those who have problems or troubles on their mind.
Well, I'm hoping next week we can plant some corn. And I've got the corn plants, so we don't need any. I started them in the greenhouse. You can't come next week, come the next, and you'll see how much stuff's grown. This is our Woodmont kitchen garden, as we like to call it. The space for us is pretty special. We've been growing food on it for a couple of years now, really intensively. We grow things here that are a little more fragile or might like to be prepped more quickly. So we grow lots of salad greens and cooking greens here, things that need picked every day, tomatoes, beans, cucumbers, melons that need extra water. So you see some of that now. We're constantly expanding. By the time summer rolls, we'll have beans and cucumbers along all the fences.
Nashville Food Project's kind of unique because they really have a focus on production meaning they're actually trying to grow quite a bit of food. And that's exciting because it's the whole process from start to finish. It's preparing the soil, planting the seeds in the nursery, taking care of those plants till they're ready to harvest, harvesting, preparing, and then getting the satisfaction of seeing all that work and effort put to a good cause. So whenever I have a little bit of spare time, I try to help out as well.
Our volunteers glean, our volunteers work in our gardens growing the food, they wash the vegetables and the produce that we're bringing in, they prep it, they cook it, they put it on a truck, and they deliver it. And they're the ones who are building the relationships with these men and women we serve.
The great things that you give out, you get things like lettuce, you know, see that? I mean, you can't do nothing but stay healthy, and it helps a lot of people here. We have people here that even work and need food because they paychecks barely make it enough where they can get something to eat, and you help carry us on.
Well, if you're ever interested, I do accept volunteer help. I go out on Tuesdays and Wednesdays are big days, so right now you can just come up to me. It's a lot of lifting. So please, if you want a good workout and you want to be outside, come see me.
I think it was on Tuesday, Sarah went to Whole Foods and picked up our Whole Foods, and it was over 800 pounds, and over 700 pounds of that was fresh fruit and fresh vegetables. So, yeah, good fresh fruit.
So a lot of this is bread. We'll keep some of it. There's a system for all of it because we need the freezer space. Bread isn't as important as fresh produce. But this would be great. So say the focaccia. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go get a cart.
This is good for chili relleno.
Yeah.
You can roast in the oven, a little bit of skin.
Will you come over and cook with us? That would be great.
Why not?
I mean, basically underneath of it all, it's poverty, and that's this huge looming thing that we don't really know how to touch. But that's what I love about our work, is that we may not have all of the answers, but we can feed each other.